Hi everybody, this is Yuri for Spearblu, and today we're going to talk about propulsion system on our Speargun. Since we uploaded our presentation video about the Titan series Spearblu spear guns, we've had hundreds of questions, mainly about the propulsion system that we use in each one of them. Now, the Titan series having 4 models. Today we're going to start with the first one, which will be obviously the Titan #1. As you can see, it's a traditional roller gun, but with a major difference. This propulsion setup is called Ypsilon. You have one band running on top of the gun, and it's connected to a couple running underneath the gun, thus forming the letter Y, and that's pretty much why the name Ypsilon. There are 3 major advantages of using a setup like this on your spear gun. Reason number 1, as you've noticed, we've been able to increase the loading capacity of the gun, and by doing so, obviously, we have increased the shooting power of this gun. Reason number 2, now we're able to combine different diameter bands. Let me explain you better. We're running smaller diameter bands against thicker diameter bands. And by doing so, we have reduced the recoil effect at the time of shooting to almost 0. Now, reason number 3 involves some technical details, but I'll try to explain it to you in a way that everybody can understand. Let's imagine for a second you are spearfishing and something happens to your rubber. It happens all the time. You hit a coral, you hit a rock, and one of the rubbers gets damaged or breaks. One of your nuts slips out, and what happens? Well, you're pretty much done. Usually you have to pack up, go home, change, replace, and then you'll be ready to go again. Now with this setup here, it's not so simple. Let's imagine again, you're spearfishing and the same thing happens. Your rubbers break, your nut slips out on one rubber, on 2 rubbers, they're both damaged. In fact, all this gets damaged. As long as you have 2 left, you will still be able to load your gun. You will still be able to get that shot. And that is already a major improvement against a normal roller setup. Increase greatly the power of your gun. Reduce to 0 your recoil effect. And you can actually go spearfishing, afford some damage, and continue spearfishing. Those, to me, guys, are definitely reason enough to put this kind of setup on our Spearblu spear guns. In fact, something like this happened to me once. And let's just say I was lucky enough to have the camera rolling. So here's the actual video for you. Follow the video until the end so you can see what happened to one of the rubbers on the gun and what happened to the fish at the end. Start going down, and very soon you'll see at one point one of the rubbers completely disabled. One of the nuts just slipped out, but I continued diving, just waiting for one fish to pass by. And boom, what a shot. So as you can see in the video, the shot was still powerful and still super precise. Another important question we got was how to properly load these guns. To start your load, if you notice, you have a pre-tension, what we call a pre-tension hook underneath the gun, about in the middle of it. And by placing any of the bottom rubbers, any of the 2 couples right there, but that gives you enough space to grab for you to start the load. Now, step number 1, load. Will run from the pretension hook through the wheels, through the rollers and the muzzle, and it will come all the way to the back on the loading back pins of your shot. We're not in the water, we're in here for safety reason. I'm gonna leave it there. That's your first step. Second step, you will grab this couple of rubbers that are already in the pretension hook and bringing to the first loading pin all the way from back here. First loading pin will go through the rollers and the muzzle of your gun, and it will come to any of your loading pins at the back of your shaft. Now, as we said before, we're gonna leave it here for safety reasons, but it will come all the way back here. Already on the medium, you have quite some power here. But if you still need more power, what you do then, you grab the second pair and you load on the second loading pin underneath the gun, right in front of the reel, right there. And at this point, you have a fully loaded Titan #1. It's usually meant for reef hunting. You can load it on low and you can shoot underneath a rock in a cave or something that doesn't need too much power, and you obviously don't want to damage your shaft. Anything that shows on your reef hunting will go. Believe me, you're gonna bring that fish home when it's fully loaded. So there you have it, guys. Everything there is to know about the propulsion system on our Titan #1 and how to properly load this spear gun from Spearblu. And stay tuned, because in our next videos we're gonna explain everything about the other 3 models from the Titan series, Titan 2, 3, and 4. Thank you so much, Yuri for Spearblu, and until the next one.